What's going on, YouTube? Today is April 29th, 2020, around 5:50 in the evening here in warm and rainy Northwest Ohio. I want to talk to you today about meltable items. FBA Amazon has policies and procedures regarding items they consider meltable. You are not allowed to send them in or have them in their warehouses between May 1st and October 15th. If you have any meltable items inside their warehouse during that time, they will destroy them and you will not get a warning that they're going to destroy them, and you will not be reimbursed. In fact, they'll charge you a small fee for destroying them, like you would if you did a item disposal. I think it's like 15 or 25 cents for an item. So unless you want your product to be destroyed, I would suggest filling out a recall almost immediately. Now, the question a lot of people ask is, what is a meltable item? Obviously, like a Hershey bar is meltable. But there are other things that you might not consider that Amazon does consider meltable. There's one I discovered today. It's a coffee product that has milk chocolate in the coffee mix. It's a K-cup, and they consider that a meltable item, even though it's powdered inside the K-cup. Some other things, Easter Peeps are a big one that are considered meltable item. But it kind of goes on a SKU by SKU basis. Sometimes a 2 or 3 pack will not be considered a meltable, but a 1 pack will. According to Amazon's terms and conditions, if it has any sort of temperature recommendations on the outside of the case that state it needs to be stored below 120 degrees Fahrenheit, that is considered a meltable item, because that is the maximum temperature Amazon says their warehouses get up to in the summertime down in the south. I know some of the candy items I sell, they say best stored between 50 to 70 degrees, but I know even if I left them in my car on a hot July day and left them in the back window all day long, they wouldn't melt. They might get a little soft, but once you brought them back down to regular temperature, they'd be fine again. But, you know, Amazon's rules, we have to play by them. So getting back to the bigger point, what is a meltable item? Amazon has a list sorted by ASIN, and current count is just over 424,000 items. So what does that mean? It means you can either go through it by hand, or you can use the tool that I made, and I'm going to link below in the description here. It's going to be a real simple sheet. I'll walk you guys through it here, show you how it's done. So essentially all you got to do is type in some ASINs, or you can copy and paste if you have a list of ASINs from your inventory or something you're looking at purchasing, either retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, wholesale, whatever, and you can cross-reference it with Amazon's data to see what's meltable and what's not. It's a pretty simple program to use. Follow me over to the computer and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so this is what you're going to see when you first open up their Meltables calculator. The very first time you use it, you're going to need to copy this to your own Google Drive. I've locked this sheet so it's not editable, because I don't want people messing with the master program, messing with some of the coding I have in some of the cells. So it's pretty simple to do that. Go up here to File and go down to Make a Copy. And then you'll get a pop-up. You rename it whatever you want, and it'll copy it to my drive, or if you have a different location you'd like to copy it to, whatever suits your needs. But you're going to need to do that so that you can edit the form. Once you have that finished, you're going to notice we have 2 pages here. The first page is the calculator itself. In column A, you're going to copy in or paste your ASINs, or type them in manually, however you like to do it. If the ASIN you list is considered meltable, it will duplicate into column B. The second page is the raw data from Amazon of every ASIN they consider meltable. It's quite an extensive list. As you can see right now, we are dealing with 424,455 lines of data. So definitely want to be using the program to do this. Going by hand would be a little bit tedious. Now let's say for some reason you feel the need, you need to update the data in your sheet. Because Amazon's come out with new meltable items. This might be a new season or whatever. It's a fairly simple procedure. We'll walk you through that. You'll go over to the Amazon Meltable FBA inventory page. I'll post a link to that down here in the description. And this gives a quick little rundown of what is meltable in Amazon's eyes. Dates that it's in play, a couple of categories, examples they want to give you, the temperatures they're looking for. But most importantly is this Meltable ASINs Excel sheet. All you have to do is download that. Open it up, copy and paste the one column of data into this column on the data page. You're going to want to highlight your entire column here first and delete it, and then overwrite the data. It might take a minute to do, actually, because it is 424,000 plus ASINs. It does take a little while to do, even on a fast computer. So you copy and paste, go have a soda, come back in 15 minutes for it to update. Seriously, it could take that long if you have a slower computer. Once you have your data updated, you're going to need to download a report from Amazon. And that's fairly simple to do. Just go over to your main Seller Central page, your Seller Central homepage. Go over to Reports. Come on down to Fulfillment and click on that. And we're going to be downloading a report called the Manage FBA Inventory Report. So we're going to go up here to Inventory, click on Show More. Come on down here to Manage FBA Inventory, not the archive, the actual Manage FBA Inventory. And click on that option. We're going to ask it to create a CSV for us. And when you click on that, it does take a few minutes for it to process. I did this earlier today, so I do have one in the queue. I'm going to download that file. And we're going to open that up and take a look and see what it says. Now, this is a pretty cumbersome list, and it actually has a list of everything you've ever sold on, or even put a listing up for on Amazon. If you're anything like myself, most of the things that I've sold on Amazon, I'm no longer selling on Amazon. So we need to sort it by what our data is right now. So we're going to create a filter over two columns. Highlight columns I and J. Go up here to Data and click on Filter. And you're going to see it gives us two little drop-down menus so we can create filters for these two columns. And it'll filter the entire sheet based off of those two columns. This first column, column A, it just basically tells the lines where it says yes. Those are items we currently have a listing for on Amazon, whether or not we are in stock. So we're going to go click on the down arrow and we're going to uncheck the blanks. And that just takes out all of the items that we no longer have a listing active for on Amazon. Now, secondly, we want to filter out any listings we don't have any inventory for, because I might have a listing, but I'm out of stock at current time, so I'm not really concerned about whether or not it's meltable because I don't have any. So we're going to click on the drop-down menu for this, and we're going to uncheck 0. This is a list of how many we have currently in stock. So now what we've done is we filtered out all this data to just show us ones we have active listings for, and we have at least one item in stock. Real simple. All you have to do is copy column C now, and that's your ASIN. Copy that, and you can close that page or minimize it, whichever one you like. Go over to your Meltables calculator. And really tricky here, you want to go down to Paste Special and paste the values only. That way you're not messing with formatting. Sometimes if you paste over, the formatting doesn't fit, it'll leave blanks in between the cells. It just doesn't work as smoothly as if you just paste the actual values without copying formatting. You'll notice there's a little meter running over, or was running over here on the right hand side. What that does is it's basically chewing on the data and processing it. It's going through this list of ASINs that I gave it, which was about, what we got here? We got 173 lines of data. And it's showing me, and it's checking every single one against that master list. You'll see a couple of them here have duplicated. Those are the ones that are meltable. Now, if you're dealing with a long list, it could be kind of tedious to go through these all. So there's a quick way to filter those out as well. Go over here, highlight column B, find your filter. It looks like a little funnel, and you're just going to create a filter for column B. You'll notice it gives you a drop-down arrow over here again. You're just going to select that, and you're going to uncheck blanks. You're filtering out all of the data, all the cells that have no information, and you hit OK. And now it gives you a nice, short, clean list. I have 6 ASINs that are meltable, and that's all there is to it. Now I can go through there and I can create recalls for those items if I want to bring them back. If it's just a one-off of a chocolate item that's left over from Christmas that I just don't give a damn about anymore, it's probably worthless at this point, you can just go ahead and let Amazon do what they do. But this way you can sort through your data really quickly and smoothly to find out exactly what is meltable. So that's everything you ever wanted to know about meltable items but were afraid to ask. I hope it was informative for you. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. I'll answer them to the best of my abilities. Also, if you like the content I'm providing, I would appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next video.